Hi everybody, this is Amanda Ellis of amandaellis.co.uk and Facebook page Angelic Celestial Colours. Thank you for joining me today, making this video in, October the 15th or 16th today. It forms part of a set of work where together we're looking at the whole subject to do with love and relationships. And I have asked a number of you to sort of send in questions relating to maybe issues or things that you would like Archangel Metatron's energy to help you with in terms of this whole area. And firstly, I want to say thank you very much for everyone that sent in questions to me. Really humbled by the response. And if I haven't replied to you personally, I'm sorry for that, but I will get round to it as well. I asked for themes that we can all sort of relate to, and there are a number of things that are coming up to be addressed and looked at. What I'd like to do in this video, however, is an exercise which is going to help us to cleanse the past. Because those of you that read my Facebook page, there was an exercise about a week ago where I asked you to look back at what you grew up with as a child. So whoever were the main guardians around you, for many of us it's obviously going to be mother or father, but other people grow up in all sorts of different family situations. So it's really, as a child and as a teenager, who were the two people that you saw in your life who were playing out some sort of love relationship where you were learning the rules, as it were, because children are really good at absorbing whatever is going on around them, and they can see dysfunctional stuff and view that as normal, and they can also view obviously very loving, caring gestures, and hopefully adopt that in their own life going forward when they reach adulthood. So it was an exercise to look back at your past. Those of you that have done it, I hope it's sort of just help to maybe draw out some of the patterns that maybe you can identify were there in your childhood, but also maybe looking at if it's something that you have repeated, if it's a pattern that you have repeated, being now an adult and going into relationships yourself. So this video is intended for people who have done that, and really who just want to maybe, when I say wipe the slate clean, I'm talking here about getting to a place where you're able to function, whether it's in an existing relationship or it's a new relationship coming in, where it's about your life and your ideals and your beliefs, rather than just patterns that have been passed on from family situations. Obviously the good stuff is good to hang on to, but the stuff that maybe doesn't serve us well, it's time to actually let that go. So we're going to do an exercise on that. Before I say any more though, I just wanted to say a few points, I suppose, on the whole subject of love and relationships. One of the cards that I pulled out just before sort of doing this video today is this beautiful card, and it's linked into the Christ energy, as you can see, and it's got the message, open your heart to love. And it really, I suppose, forms the crux of what we're doing here, because so many of us have maybe been hurt in previous relationships, or maybe even in an existing relationship, and it's really easy to actually close off our heart, which is a protective thing a lot of the time. But of course what that does is it actually prevents new love from coming in, either in the form of a new relationship or in the instance of enhanced love within an existing relationship. So it's really important as well for us to be cleansing our heart of any past pain, and almost as though we are, the word I'm getting is pruning. If you think of a beautiful patch of soil, we're sort of getting rid of the old weeds so that something very beautiful can flower from the heart. I have this really stunning crystal here, which I just wanted to show you. You can see that's lovely, isn't it? This was bought for me by a friend when she went to South Africa, and it's a green fluorite heart. And the colours aren't picking up particularly well on the video, but it also has some purple and pink within it. But the point of this is, if I actually put it maybe a little bit closer up to the screen, I don't know whether you can actually see it, but the point is that there are many different veins within it. There are many different, if you actually look into it, many different pictures that you can almost see within it, different dimensions. different strands of energy really that make up this whole beautiful heart. And I really like to think of my own heart in that way, and also encouraging you to think of your own heart in that way, because you know the heart is obviously so important to our physical body. Without it beating, we die. It's as simple as that. It's the first thing actually that obviously indicates life, when there is the heartbeat that starts when the baby is forming in the womb. And there's a lot of research done these days to actually show that the heart has an electromagnetic field that is much larger than the brain. And that actually, if you think about that, that's quite something. They're also proving increasingly that the heart has its own brain cells. And again, that sounds really mind-bending, I suppose, to actually think of it in that way. But the heart is an intelligent source of information. But I think a lot in our society, we sort of delegate our decisions and our choices that we make in life to our mind, whereas actually it's our heart that really holds the great wisdom and the intelligence to guide us and to help us make the right decisions. So it's really important that we actually cleanse the heart on a regular basis energetically. So really this is what this meditation is all about. It's getting you to a place where you are cleansing your heart, cleansing the past, cleansing old patterns that you may have picked up from parents or previous relationships which have damaged you, so that we have a fresh new start to do something with. And then we'll get into some of the questions that have been answered. Sorry, that haven't been answered yet, but I'm going to hopefully answer with Metatron's help. Okay, the colours of the heart, I hadn't actually realised, but I'm actually wearing them today. That's what I put on this morning. And it's green and pink. Green traditionally is the colour of the heart chakra. Pink increasingly is a colour that we use within the heart as well. Colour of love, of course. But together, the pink and green energy feels very soothing. And so these are the colours, excuse me, that I'm going to use here in the exercise that we're now going to do. So what I'd like you to do is just relax. I'd like you just to get settled in your seat. Excuse me. And we're going to be calling in Archangel Metatron for his help here to bring some healing to each of you watching this, because we are all connected heart to heart. Everybody that watches these videos from a place of love, and even people who maybe watch them and don't necessarily agree with them, we're actually all connected to this heart, the heart source of the planet. And so we're going to be feeding into that. So I'm spraying, the first one here is this beautiful lime green energy, which is the heart spray within the Metatron range. I've shown the colour before, but it's one of my favourites. It's very beautiful. It smells quite lemony. It's also got a bit of fennel in it as well. So those of you that maybe can pick up scent as well in terms of your extrasensory powers, you may well be able to bring that scent through as well. So what I want you to really just imagine for now is we're using this lime green energy just to relax our body, because I'm picking up that for many of you watching this, maybe in a state of anxiety or a state of indecision, agitation, not necessarily knowing which is the right way to go with relationships, what's coming up, all of this type of thing. We just need the green energy to come in just to help soothe us. So what I'd like you to imagine is that we have this very beautiful lime green energy, and it's coming down over our crown, over the top of our head. And it's gently just washing over our body. You may actually like to imagine that you're standing underneath a waterfall of light, but it's a beautiful, clean, lime green energy that is just flowing over the body. And as the lime green energy flows over you, it's very cleansing and it's very purifying. You can really feel the purity of this colour and the lightness and the highness of its vibration as well. It has a very high vibration. And we're taking that lime green energy all the way through our system as well as over our physical body as well. So it's going down through the spine. It's going into our bones, into our cells. We're breathing in and we're visualizing that lime green energy entering our body and going into our lungs. Our lungs, the gift of breath, the gift of life, and just allowing that green energy to go wherever it needs to go in the body with ease and grace and flow. Taking the green energy down through the chakra system, all the way down from the crown, right the way down to your base. And this happens quickly and effortlessly with Metatron's energy that we've welcomed in around you now. And you can feel his presence as he comes in and just makes his energy known to you. You are completely safe. You are completely protected. You are surrounded by light. And from this place, I'd just like you to connect into your heart. Connecting into the energy of your heart. And I'd just like you to notice how it feels. Maybe noticing the beating of your heart, whether it's quick, whether it's slow. Just allowing the heart to regulate itself to its natural rhythm. Beating, allowing life. And then at a deeper level than the physical, we go into the inner realms of the heart and we acknowledge its wisdom, its innate knowing, and we drop down from our head space into our heart, and we can feel the power of the heart getting stronger and stronger. And I'd like you to imagine a beautiful lime green light and pink light circulating at the heart center and just opening up the heart, the energy of the heart, to receive the love and the help that's here today. You may like to take a deep breath in and just breathe in that pink and lime green energy. And on the out breath, you can feel the expansion of the heart. And this isn't just from the front, it goes all through you. Your heart field expands around you. And you can just feel the love that is there from you and to you. Unconditional love that you can both give and you can receive. And into this open heart space, I would like you, tuning into your higher self, to welcome into this space the higher self of your mother or your father or whoever were the guardians around you when you were children. Whoever it was that you learnt about love and relationships from. And we have a maximum of 2 people here for the sake of simplicity, entering your energy space. And we invite in their higher selves. And you don't have to relive anything that you have seen or witnessed. You're just acknowledging their presence. And then Metatron comes in between the 3 of you. And I'm seeing you almost standing in a triangular formulation here. So 2 parents, 2 guardians, and yourself. Or it may just be you and 1 other, it doesn't matter. But Metatron is taking out from his golden robes a very beautiful book. And this book is bound in red leather. It also has gold on the pages. And he opens it at a page and he gives it to the guardian or the guardians. And he asks them to turn to the page where it is written what the pattern was that they showed you as you were growing up. and they open it easily and they find it. And what is on the page is actually a diagram or a picture. It may just be a mass of colour. It may look like scribble. It may actually be an image. But it feels like a geometrical representation or some form of image that just represents the pattern of love that they showed to you when you were growing up. It may be beautiful, it may be ugly, it may be functional, it may be dysfunctional, it may be mixed. The point is that it is their pattern. It doesn't actually belong to you. And with that knowledge, Metatron is saying to them that they need to take back the energy of whatever they showed you, because it is theirs. And if they need healing for this, healing can be given to them. And he puts his hand on their hearts and just transmutes anything that needs to be replaced or let go of. And into that space, you just watch as a beautiful pink light comes down around them or the person who was your guardian, who was your carer, who showed you what love is all about. And you just see a pink light descend around them and bring healing into their hearts, bringing balance back to them. Knowing that this is done, Metatron gives them the book and he says, this belongs to you. And they leave your energetic space and you are just standing now with Metatron. And from another pocket within his golden robe, he takes out another book, again very beautiful, bound in leather, red and gold. And he gives it to you and he opens it at a blank page. And he says you have a fresh start. There is no pattern that needs to be followed. This is your life. This is your opportunity. This is your incarnation. And it is for you to make whatever you wish to make in terms of relationships. Your pattern of love is unique to you. What you have to give is unique. What you have to receive is abundance and as much love as your heart can hold. And on that page, he starts the pattern and he just puts the image of a single red rose. And this is a promise to you of love that is yours for the taking. He closes the book and he gives it to you. Knowing that you have enabled the past to no longer dictate the future, you take this book, knowing it represents the present, and it is for you to carve out the type of relationship that you now wish going forward in your life. And then just coming back to your heart. I'd just like you to tune back into your heart. And it's as though Metatron is putting not just the pink and the green energy into the heart now. We also have gold coming in and just sealing in the newly implanted energy that is within the re-energized heart. And I'm going to use this spray here, which is the New Dawn spray. symbolic of literally a new dawn, a new opportunity for each of us to do love and to do relationships in a new way. And maybe you can just sense that golden light now coming down around you and into you. Okay, final thing I'd like to say on this video, because there will be other videos to follow, is, okay, what Metatron is saying here, I just want to tune back in, if I may, just using the green, is that you now have a cleansed and recharged heart. What you now have to do, or you're encouraged to do, is to actually tune into your heart space on a regular basis. Most people don't find the time. They spend all their time listening to what their head says and what their mind says and try to work out solutions in that way. And the new way forward for all of us is to be tuning into our heart and what we feel. And whether it feels right or whether it feels wrong, whatever situation we have around us, does it feel right? Does it feel wrong? The heart is never wrong. The heart never will lead you astray. And so it's about tuning into that on a regular basis. And I think over the coming few days, it would be very nice for you to be considering what it is that actually makes your heart sing. What is it that actually makes you happy? If we can now imagine that we've almost got a new start, whether in an existing relationship or a new relationship, it's about very much actually listening to what is it that we feel that we need? What is it that we feel we would like? What is it that we feel we deserve? Listening to what the heart needs rather than what the head thinks that it needs. Okay, I think I'm going to leave it there for now, and I wish you well with that. And as I say, please tune into the Facebook page, because there's going to be more to come in the coming few days on this subject. And we're going to be looking at some questions that have been sent in. Some of them really quite complex ones, revolving around when is the right time to maybe leave a relationship if it can't be repaired, and looking obviously at the wider family situations for that. People who are single, who are looking for a relationship but feel maybe not worthy to receive that, or just stuck and not able to somehow find the partner that is out there for them. Lots of questions have come in from many of you, and I'll try and cover as many as I can. But the most important thing before we start listening to answers is to let go of the past pattern, recharge the heart, cleanse the heart. And then the third stage is listening to what the heart is actually saying to you as well. Okay, lots of love for now, and I shall speak again to you soon. Thanks very much, everyone. Bye for now.